What's up, you guys? Shiz and Jan back
What's
for
up, YouTube?
a very old series that we are now retrofitting to mean something else. But this is the post-game show,
That's right.
where we're supposed to be talking about how we feel about a game that we played at the end of it. You can go see our very one and only video of that with Life is Strange True Colors.
Yeah.
But we're retrofitting it today to be a post-game show for the Knicks season, I guess we could say,
Yeah.
right? Because
For an actual game.
for an actual game, right after Game 7, Knicks
Yup.
versus Pacers. If you watch basketball, then you already know how that went for us.
Yes.
Heartbreaker, but you know what? The boys fought to the fucking very end, so shout out to them. There was a moment in the third quarter where I was like, they're doing it. And then Jalen Brunson breaks his fucking hand.
I know.
So, but I will even say they were doing it without Brunson with that run. Like, he wasn't the reason for that run. But you could feel the energy deflate when the news came.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the news was later that his hand was fucking broken. But I think, you know, that's your team leader right there. And whether or not he's having a good or bad game, him breaking his hand is something different, right? Like, that's emotionally, that's a whole different toll. So, like,
Yeah.
you can really feel the energy and everything deflate. I knew the exact moment, and I called this out to you as well, when Carlisle told his team, because I saw that little bitch boy Halliburton going to his teammates like, don't get mad that he called timeout. Like, they thought, I saw TJ McCullough's face. He thought Carlisle fucked it up again. That's what he
Yeah,
thought.
he did.
Yeah, so I mean, heartbreaker. But this is a team where I'm so excited for their future.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in the what if of, oh, what if we were actually healthy? What if we didn't have injury? Because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. The reality is that's what happened. And yet we still made it so fucking far. I think the better what if is, what if Carlisle didn't like bitch in game 3?
Yeah, exactly.
What if we didn't spend that 35,000? Bro, I'm not gonna complain about I don't care about this game, but I'll let you talk first because, you know, I'll let you talk more.
No, bro. I mean, I agree. I mean, look, the Carlisle thing's obviously a big change. You know, like the refereeing in Game 3 was awful the whole game. But, you know, if the Knicks really were the better team, then that one game wouldn't have come back. The Knicks are still up 3-2, you know, and, you know, they were not able to find a way to win the series. I just think they got gas. I mean, that's one thing. I feel like them losing OG was the difference in this series.
100%.
Like, you lose them in Game 2, like, when they lost Mitch, I wasn't that upset for this series. I was more upset for Mitch because I love Mitch. But, like, this is not a series for Mitchell Robinson on a bum ankle. Like, this team is running. The Knicks will score, and somehow Indiana's, like, 2-on-1 going down the other way. You know? Like,
yeah.
so that was really annoying all series to deal with. It was just a really bad matchup for the Knicks when they have no one left on their team, and you're playing against the fastest team, the #1 offense in the NBA.
Yeah, their fast break is incredible. Like, yeah, you know, I'll joke around and talk shit because that's the whole thing of the sport, right? But like,
yeah,
like as much of a like little bitch boy, I think, thank you, Halliburton is still a great fucking player. Like, when he's hot, he's fucking hot. He's annoying when he, like, I hate the type of people in general who, like, can talk shit when they're up, like that Michael Jordan quote, right? It's easier to talk shit when you're up and not when you're down. He does that, but it works for him. Like, once he starts talking, he shows you a reason why he's able to talk. So, much credit to him. Like, he turned it the fuck up. But he's also not that guy. Like, he's not a tough guy.
No.
You can talk shit, but you're not a tough guy. Like, let's be realistic.
No, not at all. I mean, so many times, all the clips of him talking shit, like calling Deuce, like saying he's too small.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But he was locking him the fuck up before that. Like, it's so funny to say he can't guard me, but you were quiet for that whole first fucking quarter until they.
Bro. Tyrese had 15 points that game. Deuce had 20 in Game 6.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Like, it's so
like,
funny.
that was just silly to me. That was very, very silly. But, you know, I will say the first feeling I had, because, you know, going into today, I feel like like, so my girlfriend, who we call Yachty, we were talking about it this morning. She's like, "Are you nervous, like, about the game? You're gonna listen to podcasts and stuff in the car and you drive back." I was in, as we call it, fuck Boston. Even though I guess in this series I'm kind of go Boston, which is kind of hilarious.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's, again, mostly just because, you know, like, I respect Indiana for, like, having a great offensive performance. I just didn't like,
Go ahead.
like, how much they were talking shit when they were up and how much they complained at the beginning of the series. Like, I just didn't like that. Like, your team is significantly healthier. Like, the people that are like, "Oh, you know, we're missing Benedict Mathurin." It's like, okay, well, we're not.
I saw that tweet too as well. Like, are you kidding me? Like, come on, bro. Like,
I
that's
texted
one
Tony
guy.
after the game. Is one guy, and like he's a good player for them. He was a starter for them. Like, you know, but like every team is injured. Like, if you're a team that lost to the Knicks is going to complain about injuries, then be Philadelphia. Like, Embiid had half his face not working and had a bum knee, you know?
Right,
like,
yeah.
He was really
exactly.
banged up, and like he still dropped 50. He had a great series against the Knicks, and obviously he could have played better, you know, stuff like that. But like the Knicks, I texted Tony when the game was over, when Brunson breaks his hand, that was the last Knicks starter from day one who was playing in the playoffs for the Knicks. You know, you lose Jalen, and you know, you can make the argument that, okay, well, the Knicks had two trades, right? They traded one of their starters in RJ Barrett. Right. Okay, we'll get to that. You have Jalen Brunson, bum foot, breaks his hand. You have Quentin Grimes, who he was hurt. The Knicks traded him for Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich gets hurt. Then you have RJ Barrett at the small forward. They trade him and Emmanuel Quickly, who the Knicks were hoping would be the sixth man of the year last year. They trade them for OG, who gets hurt. And you have Precious, but Precious I did not think was going to be a big contributor this year. And shout out to him. Far from a perfect player, that boy tries his best, you know? Even if his best isn't always great, he tries. So you lose RJ.
You can always count on him on that corner three, you know?
Exactly, to put it up and miss. You have so you get OG for RJ and IQ. OG goes out. Julius Randle hasn't played since January. He dislocated his shoulder. And then Mitchell Robinson, you know, breaks his ankle because Embiid wanted to go full Kurt Angle and put him to an ankle lock. You know.
Yeah.
So you lose all those players, and then you have Josh Hart. People forget that Josh Hart was not starting on this team when the year started.
Exactly, he wasn't. No.
Playing Josh Hart 48 minutes. Bro, he was playing like 20 minutes a game, I feel like. 20, 25 minutes a game in October, November, December. You know? It wasn't until we lose, you know, like we traded Obi Toppin because we were like, well, we have Julius Randle and we don't really need Hart, and then we go out and we get fucking we get OG to help us with the small forward, power forward. So anyways, the point is we had all these injuries. I hate to make it about injuries, but the players get gassed and everyone's like, oh, Thibodeau's running the players into the ground. Who else are you playing on that bench, bro? Like, Alec Burks came in and he played really, really well for the Knicks, you know? But besides that, who else are you going to play? You're not going to play Daquan Jeffries. You want to play Mamadi Diakite, whatever his name is? You want to play him?
Right, yeah.
No, I don't want to play him. Jericho Sims, Tibbs tried him. He looked lost out there, you know? So, I just don't know what else you could have asked from... Like, that's why, going back to what I was saying before, talked to my girlfriend this morning, she's like, why are you not nervous for the game? And I was like, well, because I had a bad feeling about the game. Like, I know it's at home, but I was just like, if Indiana gets out to a good start, like, Brunson really looked banged up going into Game 6. I know he had, like, 3 days of rest in between Games 5 and 6, but he just looked hurt really badly. And it's almost like the fractured hand was almost a blessing in disguise because, like, the Knicks were going to lose. And we knew the Knicks were going to lose to Boston regardless, but, like, that could have been a sweep. Like, the Knicks could have gotten swept against Boston had they played. So I'm still very proud, like you are, Tony. I'm very proud of this team. Like, I think they overachieved considering who they had on the roster. And I think they will be a better team next year because of it. I mean, like, I was going to ask you, between this team this year and that Knicks tape team in, like, 2012, 2013.
Oh, no, I like this team way better. I like this team way better. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yes.
I have way more faith in this team than I do that team. Bro, we have Raymond Felton. Look, bro. Like,
I know.
Yeah, this game sucked.
Felton, but also, bro, we had players, like, I think the average age of that Knicks team was, like, 33 years old. Because Melo was older, Amari was older, Chandler was older. This team, they're all, like, in their mid-20s. They're all, like, between, like, 25, 26 to, like...
Yeah, and, like, famously just horrible fucking purchases. Like, yeah, you know, much love to Melo. Horrible fucking job getting him there. Like, just, the guy wanted to get there anyway, and you just gave him, you gave up everything. Like that, like
Yeah.
that was back at the time where Dolan had his finger in the fucking punch, and like now I fully like with, like I'll say this right, like I love IQ. I was totally fine losing RJ. So like when that trade happened, I was like, damn, that sucks. You know, I love to see the guys that were there for us when we were like at our lowest and building up to something. Like I love to see them last longer to hopefully be there when we fucking celebrate and win, right? But so like with that trade, I was like, damn, you know, we're losing him for these two guys, and I'll take that trade a million times over. Like, you know, like so I trust our front office way more this time than I do previous years.
Oh yeah.
I trust Thibodeau. I don't care what anybody says about he does like we've said this a bunch of times. I hate the doom and gloom Knicks Twitter 13-year-olds being like, oh, this is what happens when Thibs doesn't rest his team. What the fuck? Is this another bot match? Jesus Christ, bro. Like one after the other.
Well, at least now you can focus on the post game.
Yeah, exactly. Now I can focus on giving my opinions on stuff. But yeah, I think, you know, I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in like you know, we always wear certain things or like say a certain phrase to like we think in our mind is gonna turn the tides. It doesn't matter who's really in the Garden to root for them. But you know, at the end of the day, it was gonna take luck today. Like it was.
Yeah.
I think much credit to OG for even saying, you know, I'll step out there, and guess what? He fucking showed them if he was healthy, it would have been a fucking problem. That's what he did. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Didn't he land? Like, correct me if I totally don't remember exactly. He landed at least 1-3, right?
Bro, he had 5 points in the 5 minutes he played.
Exactly, bro.
He had a 3 and he had that crazy fadeaway 2-pointer.
Yeah, he was shutting them the fuck down. But much credit to the fucking guy, man.
He was running like he was constipated. Like
and
Josh Hart, bro. Both of them had no business playing today. So I'm looking now on Twitter. They asked Thibodeau about OG playing, and I think Tibbs gave the best answer. He was like, OG and I had a long conversation yesterday, and OG wanted to play, which I like that. Like the player wants to play.
Yeah, it's not Tibbs forcing him to fucking play. You give him his moment to fucking shine.
Him out of the game.
Yeah.
So Tibbs said it was his call to get him out of the game, and Tibbs' call to not let him come back, which I fully respect. Like, why would you do that? Like,
exactly.
That's Tibbs knowing, like, hey, like OG's due for a contract extension this year.
Yeah.
Like,
let's not fuck him up further. Yeah.
No, because the Knicks want to bring him back. Like, you know, and I want him back. You don't give away RJ Barrett and IQ just to not bring back OG. You know, and we'll see what happens. I think we can do a separate pod for the off season, you know, because I know like a lot of Knicks fans now probably don't want to trade for a star, you know. I'm still
don't
in
either.
the camp of like, I'm in the camp of depends on the star and depends on the price. Always depends on the price.
Like,
you know?
like what we got with Brunson is incredible, right? We got someone who they didn't think much of, and it turns out turns out. You give someone the right people around them, they can fucking succeed. And I think we extend Hartenstein. That's not even a question.
I want iHeart so bad. I'm afraid of a team like OKC going for him because Oklahoma City has no big men on that team. They like to keep them young for Josh Giddey.
Yeah, exactly. Also, by the way,
Giddey may not come back.
I was about to say I don't think they're bringing him back. Especially he's not playing well enough for them to be like, your controversy is worth us putting up with. I think he's gone, bro. Exactly. You're tarnishing their fucking image at this point.
Exactly.
Like, it's embarrassing. Also, it's very funny that they're like, oh, the OKC is such a young team, and yet some of them are older than the Mavs players. Like,
I know, bro. It's hilarious.
Again, because they have a fucking amphibia file on their team.
Yo, bro, no.
They have to say they're a young team because legally Josh Giddey needs to go to jail. That's why.
Exactly.
Okay.
Also, shout out Jalen Brunson, bro. Breaks his hand and he's doing a post-game press conference. Which is
he really?
Incredible.
Wow.
Yes, they interviewed him after the game. They asked Brunson.
How does your hand feel?
This is according to Fred Katz, or as we call him, or as Mitchell call him, Matthew. According to Fred Katz, Jalen Brunson with a one-word answer when asked if he would consider this season a success given how they overcame injuries. Brunson just said no.
Oh, wow.
And then when Fred Katz followed up and asked him why, Brunson asked, "Did we win a championship? Did we come close?"
Ooh,
And
okay. I love that. I love that.
That's
I
what
love
I
that.
love.
I
out of
love
my
that. I love that.
superstar.
I love that. I love that.
That's what I love. Yeah, I think
That-
for New York,
That's humble.
you know,
Because they're not gonna take the fucking, oh, yeah, we would have won, but we're injured. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, let me walk off the stage with my. I'm not saying who that is. I'm just saying they're not doing that. That's not our team.
Yes, exactly. It's not our team. Like that. This is what they do.
That's not
They
what
don't
our
make
team does.
excuses.
Exactly.
You know, they've always been about next man up. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
like you look today. Like I mean, obviously the Knicks. You know, they get blown out unfortunately, and you know, again, shout out Indiana. Record now for greatest shooting percentage in playoff history, which is insane. But you know, DiVincenzo has like 35, 36 points. Burks has a really good shooting game. You know, and I mean. DiVincenzo's on such a cheap deal, and everyone's like, "Oh wow, the Knicks got him on such a great contract," because he wasn't supposed to play more than like 15 minutes a game.
Right.
He's been starting for months.
So now this is the part where we get into the money problem. Like I don't know well enough, like every single fucking player in the league to even get into that whole postseason, who we trading for, and da conversation, right? But obviously, contractually. Unless we could say, hey, you know what? We're not gonna run a 16-man team. We're like, let us only keep 10 guys. Like, there's no way we're keeping everybody. And I hate to say it. I think was the last year we see Mitchell Robinson, bro. I think.
Well, so that's where it gets interesting because
unless
Mitch
his contract
is on a great he's on a great contract.
Yeah.
Like Mitch. Shout out to Brock Aller. Brock Aller is responsible for making all the contracts on the Knicks. When they signed Mitchell Robinson, they set up Mitch's contract where he makes less money every year, which is hilarious.
Okay.
So same with Jalen Brunson. Like Brunson's making less money next year than he did this year.
Yeah.
Next year's Brunson's last year on his deal. So something I'd like to see is if you're gonna make a trade for a big star, I think you have to include Mitch. Why is everyone jumping you, bro?
Boy,
What's happening right now?
bro, you saw how I avoided that fucking ult though?
I know, that was crazy. And then you're the reason why everyone else is dead now on their team, which is great.
Crazy.
Don't worry, Aleki will still kill all your teammates.
Yeah, I hope so.
But yeah, so I mean, I think Mitch is going to be strongly considered as someone that you do trade.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I feel like a lot of Knicks fans forget when Mitch is right, he's so good defensively.
No,
like
1,000%. Yeah.
So much better. But maybe you can get value for him. You know, I just don't know if you trade him this summer because I feel like he's at his lowest value because he's injured. You know?
That's 1,000% true. But no, like, how did this bitch get her shit back? What?
That's crazy.
How the fuck?
I didn't know her cooldown's on 20 seconds. That's insane.
That's actually crazy. Anyway, yeah. Because, like, but again, this is what? His second season-ending injury in his career?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that, like, you know, like, it's definitely depreciating. Like,
yeah. No, he's very clumsy. That's his problem. Like, I love Mitch, but it's like his body's like too big for him. Like, he just like doesn't know where to move his feet, where to move his hands, you know? But like I love Mitch. I don't want to trade him, but
no,
it
exactly.
depends on what's available, you know? Like,
yeah. I mean, they said this draft year's probably like a dog shit, right? They said what? Drafting first seed is like drafting Tobias Harris.
Yeah, but to be fair, like I'm okay with that because that just means that the top of the draft sucks. That means at the bottom of the draft
it could be more even now. Yeah.
Always is. Yeah, and like the Knicks got Mitchell Robinson in the second round, which is like pick 36. The Knicks got Deuce McBride, 36th pick.
True.
The Knicks are like good at drafting at the end of the draft, and the Knicks this year they have the 24th and 25th pick. Yeah, the Knicks have a lot of first round picks, so that's why like if you want to make a move for somebody, like. You know, maybe you do it this summer. You know, I don't know. It depends on if someone wants to get traded. That's all it's going to come down to. I wanted to pull up the Knicks contract to see exactly who's going to be a free agent. I know OG's a free agent. I think OG's a free agent. Hartenstein is a free agent. Is Spotrac not working? Website for contracts I usually use. Is everyone going on this now for videos? That's hilarious. All right, well. Anyways, I think Hartenstein's a free agent. OG's a free agent. I think the Knicks are going to try to bring back Brunson. They're gonna keep Bogdanovich for one more year.
Are they really?
I think again you keep because he has like a partially guaranteed player option.
Okay.
It's like you're gonna keep him because when you trade for another player, you want the salaries to match.
Right.
So Bogdanovic is gonna be salary filler.
Because I thought everyone was saying like this is probably the last time he's going out on the floor as a Knick was when he got Batum'd.
Yeah, and if he doesn't get Batum, Bogey would have had such a great series against Indiana.
Yeah.
Because Indiana, they're not a great defensive team. I think Bogdanovic could have probably averaged 15, 20 points a game. Especially when OG goes down, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would probably start, and he probably would not play great defense on Pascal Siakam, but I thought he would at least do better than Hart, because Hart, giving up, 4 inches pause to Pascal Siakam.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, much credit to Hart and his fucking fight. God, man. I think we said this.
In their fight, man.
Yeah, no, but I mean, with today too. Guy shows up to MSG, lights out at fucking 11 in the morning, taking threes. And again, as I said earlier, thank God he did, because some of those shots, yeesh. But yeah, fighting with a bum stomach. Maybe he should improve his diet for the next season. No more fucking Mike and Ike's. Fuck Mike and Ike's. Disgusting candy. But I think these guys showed they showed something crazy. They did a whole lot. They did a whole lot. And yeah, you know what? Brunson says what he says. That's the fans' job, right? It's the fans' jobs to be like, no, you guys did fucking fantastic. They to themselves can say we suck. That's totally fine. It's our job to talk their shit for them. It's our job to stand up for them. So I think they did fantastic. Definitely. The way the cards fell. I'm glad Tibbs is getting that $10 million fucking deal.
No, he deserves it. He's been one of our best coaches, maybe since Van Gundy.
He sacrificed a life with wife and kids for this.
Yeah, bro.
Though not everybody wants that, to be fair.
No,
to be fair.
That's true. That's true. I mean, shout out to him for being mature enough to be like, I'm not going to give into the societal pressures of getting married and having a kid. I'm going to be a deadbeat dad.
These are my children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
That's what he fucking does.
Yeah.
So looking at it now, I found all the Knicks contracts now. So for next year, the Knicks are going to they're not going to have Alec Burks, Hartenstein, Precious Achua, and that's basically it in terms of players that they care about who are not going to be on under contract.
Okay.
And OG. Obviously.
And OG, yeah, I was going to say
OG as well.
I was like, wait, is that wrong?
Yes. Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. So those are going to be the 4. So I mean, Burks, I don't know if the Knicks are going to necessarily bring him back. Maybe they bring him back on a cheap deal, but you're not going to pay him the $10 million he was getting this year.
Yeah.
Hartenstein's salary is going to be interesting. I just don't know how much money a team like Oklahoma City is going to throw at him. But I feel like Hartenstein wants to stay. I think he really likes being on the Knicks.
I think something that's an interesting thing that people have brought up. I've heard a lot of commentators say is this team has made it more interesting to want to come to New York, right? I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's insane to even think that, but the Knicks have always been the butt of the joke for as long as I've been alive, right? And it's so funny because it's a New York team. That's a big fucking market. You can get you could probably get incredible fucking deals. You're the face of New York City. As long as you play well. This city will fucking chew you up, spit you out. They don't care. But as long as you play well, as long as you fight, as long as you don't give up, this city will have you fucking back. And I think this team saw that today with those standing ovations. Yeah. I'm sorry, I get it. I was sad too, but I hate that Spike Lee let himself get caught on camera, fucking hands on his face like this, fucking depressed. Bro, you're the one. You're the fucking face. You're the guy. You're the guy. You're the guy that people go to talk shit to from the away team. They get in your fucking face and talk shit to you, and you give them the easiest fucking come on, bro. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
No,
You need to know your role.
Bro, if we're gonna blame anyone, I blame Stephen A. Smith for going to the game again. He needs to stop.
True.
Was he at the game?
I texted you that. He was not supposed to be at this game. He was supposed to be in LA.
No. when I saw him at the game and the entire, like, I turned on the pregame show for ESPN or ABC right when they were giving out all their predictions.
Yeah.
When I saw they all picked Knicks and Stephen A was there, and they were like, Stephen A, fire up the
Yeah,
crowd.
he's fucking screaming and
Hey,
doing all that.
Sephiria is now following.
Hey,
Sephiria, thank you for the follow.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah, when I saw him there, I knew he was totally cooked.
Yeah.
But I guess my closing thoughts on this, I kind of want to piggyback off of the last point you made. Like, this team is my favorite Knicks team of my lifetime because they're the grittiest Knicks team of my lifetime. Gritty with talent. Like, we've seen, like, the We Here that Knicks team during the COVID year. Like, that was a really gritty Knicks team. We were, like, you know, the phrase was, like, their team slogan was the Big 15 because they had 15 players that they all really loved. You know?
Yeah.
So, that we all really love. Like, they all love playing with each other. They just weren't like the most talented group, and it showed. We lost to Atlanta in that first round, you know. But like, we
got there, and that's the thing, right? Like, I give Randall his fucking flowers every single time, bro. He was the face of this team. I don't know if we get Brunson if Randall doesn't do what he fucking does, right? I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think people take the Knicks serious again. Like, Randall almost, you could compare Randall's moment to Linsanity, I think. But better, because Linsanity was a moment. And I think Randall did such a good enough fucking job holding it together, holding it down. Fuck, why did you bring them here? Fuck.
Good job getting that farm, bro. I stopped talking, I was nervous.
Yeah, no, I was nervous. Yo,
that was so intense. No, Julius coming here. I told you, like, when we got him because we couldn't get Kevin Durant or Kyrie that summer in 2019. He's one of the best consolation prizes in Knicks history. You know, because you know he came here and like it was not sexy to come to New York, but he came here. You know, Brunson came here, and you know I think Brunson's one of the. I think he's probably the best free agent signing ever. You know?
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's up there as one of the best point guards. Like, yeah, I was rough on him today, and then he broke his fucking hand, bro. But like, you know.
You know what? I think he was dealing with a serious foot injury. Like, he was never the same after that foot injury, and people are not gonna credit him for playing through that injury because he kept playing, and all the other Knicks that were hurt didn't play. You know?
Right.
Like, Hart played, but you know he only got injured in Game 6. But you know, again, it's the playoffs. Everyone gets hurt. But I just think there are levels to this, and Brunson's injury, his foot injury, is actually serious. So, again, this is my favorite Knicks team of my lifetime. I think this is the most games they've won in a single postseason run, I think probably since 2000, because that Melo-led team that went to the second round, they and lost to Indiana also, they lost in 6 games. At least this Knicks team lost in 7 games.
True.
You know?
True.
So, like, I'll take that. And, like, again, they have a much brighter future. Like, that Knicks team kind of felt like we were capped out. This Knicks team, even if they don't go out and swing for the fences, they don't get, you know, that big fish free agent, you know, I still think they could come back with the same team and they'll be a better team because they have Randall. They're going to have a full year, hopefully, of Randall, OG, Brunson. And that's a really fun team. But I still think they're going to probably try. I think Leon Rose was brought here not just to bring Brunson, but to try and make a big move. And I'm curious to see if they make a big move. My only fear is that they do it out of like panic, which I don't want them to do.
Right.
I don't think operating from a position of strength.
Exactly. But I mean, I trust Leon. I trust Leon. So
I do too.
Even if I think something might be a crazy decision, maybe he knows better than me. Shit, he make more money than me. Like, he needs.
The Knicks
can these guys help me, bro?
What are they doing, dude?
Thank you.
What are they doing?
Nothing, bro.
That's insane, bro.
Nothing. Anyway,
I thought they didn't give you the assist on that. No, I'm excited about watching this team next year. I'm excited for many years to come. And this Knicks team is always going to have a chip on the shoulder, right? You have guys like Draymond Green saying that, the Knicks are like the Atlanta Hawks. We just
it's a fluke. It's a fluke. Yeah, I don't want to hear.
Good.
Yeah, bro.
Good.
Draymond Green wouldn't have a fucking life if it wasn't for Steph Curry, bro. Like, yeah, he's a great defender, but he's also assaulting people on the defense. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, bro.
Like, that's your contribution, is beating people up?
Yeah, like,
They had to put him in therapy. Like,
yeah, bro.
Like,
yeah.
No, he needed fucking counseling.
Like, I know. So, anyways, look, I love this Knicks team. I'm upset that it's over, but honestly, like when OG went down, my whole mood for the series turned around.
Yeah.
Because I knew without OG, like I thought he was going to be out for the rest of the postseason. And then Brunson also gets hurt in that game. I just did not feel good about this series after that. You know, again, I was much more nervous about the Philadelphia series because I did not want this team to lose against Philadelphia. You know, against Indiana, whatever, you know, but I felt like that Philadelphia series was such a great test for this team. And like, we lose to Indiana. It is what it is. We had our backs against the wall. We had barely any players left standing.
And again, like I told you, like each series this playoff, we've lost 2 players to injuries.
Yes.
That's fucking
And it's at the positions we lost them at. We lost between losing Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Bojan Bogdanovic this year. Those are 4 players in our front court. We lost 4 tall players.
Right, yeah.
Like, we're playing, we were starting, like, outside of the games, we would start Precious, and we couldn't really start Precious for long because without Mitch, we had no backup center besides Jericho Sims.
Right.
So Tim's like, well, we have to now play Josh Hart at the 4. And, like, Hart didn't do a terrible job there until he hurts his abs. Like, he gets an abdominal strain. And that's an injury that, like, again, takes 1 to 2 weeks. He played less than 48 hours later. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, it's like, if the Knicks are going to be this injured, I honestly think it's in their best interest. Because a broken hand for Brunson is awful. What happens if Jalen Brunson tears his Achilles? You know?
Right.
Like, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles in the NBA Finals in 2019 against Toronto.
Yeah.
And you could argue he has not been the same player since. You know? Like, still a great player, but, like, he missed the whole next year. Like, if we lose Brunson for the whole year in the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, just because we pushed them throughout the entire series against Indiana, is it really worth it? Like, the Knicks' best punch is going to come next year, not this year. So, just make sure you're ready for that. It was never about this year for me. Like, this year was all gravy.
Yeah.
And I just wanted it because, you know, it's lined up well. Like, Milwaukee, you know, you lose Giannis, and they get outed in the first round against Indiana. And then, you know, Embiid is a little pretty banged up, and the Knicks are able to beat him.
Yeah.
Boston loses to Porzingis, but, like, Boston was going to beat the Knicks, man. Like, I love the Knicks. I would love them to beat Boston, and I would love to have a chance to beat them, but we weren't going to beat them.
Nah,
you know?
Nah, you know what? We were going to win game 2, bro. We were going to steal game 2.
You know what? Of course. Because this is what Boston does. They always lose that game 2 at home.
Exactly,
And then they win 3 in a row. This is what they fucking do. You know? So, you know, and again, people forget also, like, Josh Hart and Brunson played for the FIBA team, whatever that is, the fucking, not World Cup. Was it World Cup? Yeah, it was the World Cup team, right? The Olympics are this year. It was the World Cup team. So, like, in a way, I'm happy. Like, okay, fine. You want to put Halliburton over Brunson for the World Cup?
I mean, now look what happened.
Whatever,
Now he can't. He couldn't have.
He couldn't have played anyway. So, whatever. Shout out to the Knicks. I don't want to keep droning on over and over and over again at the same point. I love the Knicks. I mean, I'll always love the Knicks, but I really love this team this year. They were a very special team. They brought, I think, a lot of us so much enjoyment this year, and that's something that's not a given with the Knicks, how they usually play. And again, like you said earlier, Tony, it's one thing to give us a great year. It's one thing to also have a team that we can believe in and a front office and coaching staff we can believe in for future success. I think they're going to be a better team next year, and I think they're going to be they're going to be more serious contenders for the Eastern Conference Finals next season. I really do believe that. So, I mean, those are my closing thoughts, bro. So you can take us home with whatever you have left.
I'll say this. I think the Knicks tickets price needs to fucking drop if you want some real fucking fans out there. I believe that. Score the 100. Score the 100. Come on. Score the fucking 100. You dumbass. Why can't I move? Did he score the 100 or not?
No, he did not.
Oh my god. Why am I dying? Why am I dying? What is Dragon Ball doing?
Where is he? Oh my god, he's just jumping back now.
Boy, why didn't the... Yeah, GG's. Anyway, I'll probably trim a lot of this fucking bullshit out. No one gives a fuck about you in this video.
You're saying make the tickets cheaper?
Make the tickets cheaper, because it's, I don't know if you saw that stat. I think we talked about it. The fact that you could have watched the entire Pacers regular season for the same price as the Knicks ticket to get into entry today.
Yeah, I know.
Insane. Yeah, good job,
it's crazy,
team. Good job, team. Fucking don't give up. Clearly, you guys didn't watch the Knicks game because everyone on this team fucking gave up. Yeah, that Dragapult's absolutely getting a fucking.
Yeah, report his ass, bro.
Saw that. I pinged him right at the end. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So all right, let's start get the tickets down. Because that's absolutely fucking ridiculous. MSG James Dolan does not need fucking $600, bro.
No.
For entry. I'm not gonna be in the fucking Sky Bridge watching this shit. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Not a good job. Are you kidding me? You fucking bailed out. You absolutely bailed out. But the other thing, like, yeah, let me get off the screen so I can say my something nice about the Knicks.
Yeah, bro, do it.
Cause I hate this game. I've said this throughout, like, especially the playoff series. It's incredible watching this team play because they're not perfect. Like, so many times I've watched someone just completely botch a shot, but someone else is there to catch them, get that offensive rebound, reset, and then we do it again. Or a pass goes haywire, they figure it out, they're fucking tipping out, they're going crazy, they're catching each other, and it's just fun fucking basketball to watch. I watch other fucking games, bored, bro. Like, yeah, obviously I have the emotional attachment of watching the Knicks, but like,
yeah,
like some guys I'm watching. I forgot, there was one game I texted. I think it was the Celtics. Oh my god, who the fuck were they just playing? The Heat, right?
Boston played Miami in round. Wait, they played Miami in round 1 and Cleveland in round 2.
It was Cleveland. Okay, because I remember Brandon. My bad. I think it was their last game with freaking Darius Garland as their lead man.
Yeah.
And I was watching that game and I'm just like, this is fucking boring. Like, everybody, like,
yeah,
like the movements were awful amongst the Cavaliers. So like I question, like, I mean, I know they had Donovan Mitchell out. That's their, like, boom, that's it, they're done. I know they had a couple other guys injured or out as well. But they were not playing like a team that was like, this is the end for me. Like, at least watching the Knicks today, they had their bursts.
Yeah, and they were trying.
They were fucking fighting. And I will say again, I like the way TJ McCollum plays. Hate when he's screaming in the fucking camera. I hate that. I know. But
I know.
Respect to him holding the ball last 30. Like, no need to. He's gonna turn over the ball, obviously. But
yeah,
you don't need to. Like, there's no point. Because then watch. Let Halliburton go for a fucking layup there, twist his ankle, right? Like,
exactly.
Like, you don't want that karma. So, like, much respect.
Yeah. And I will say really quickly, I will give credit to Halliburton for one thing. Tyrese could have done one thing that would have made me sick in this game. That would have been if he did the Reggie Miller choke. That would have been bad. And that would have been actually very distasteful given the injuries to all the Knicks players. Maybe he does it if it's a closer game. But because it was a blowout and he didn't do it,
yeah,
I'm appreciative of that. I mean, look, they were the better team today on the floor. I still think the Knicks obviously could have won this series. Obviously, it goes to 7 because they had a chance to win the series.
Yeah.
But, shout out to Indiana, And again, like, I'm going to still want Boston to win just because I'm still salty. And I don't like when other opposing players showboat when they're up by so much. I just feel like that's very immature.
Yeah.
But regardless, I want whoever comes out of the West to win, Like, it's going to be Dallas versus more than likely Denver. But who knows? Could end up being Minnesota.
That's true. That game is happening now or in an hour?
At 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So an hour from now. I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be a really good game.
I mean, yeah, the way Jokic was standing there, he can't lose.
Yeah.
I don't think he loses.
I know, but I thought the same thing about Brunson, and he came out really off, So that happens. Who knows? And a lot of people don't like Minnesota. I kind of like Minnesota. I like that they have the one American-born young star who's turning into a superstar that's left in the NBA.
Yeah.
Everyone else is from Europe, which is great. I love that we have so much, foreign talent in the league that's dominating because that makes drafting players from Europe more viable now, which is good. Like, I want that,
Yeah.
Like, the Knicks have a point guard who is, like, on one of the best teams in Europe, shout out Rokas Jokubaitis. I want him to come to the Knicks. We need a fucking backup point guard in the worst way. You know? I mean, I'm not saying Rokas Jokubaitis carries the Knicks to an Eastern Conference Finals win or, series berth against Boston if he plays in the series against Indiana. But like we need more depth. But I would love to see whoever comes out of the West be whoever comes out of the East, because I don't want Indiana or Boston winning a title. I want to be very clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. So I mean, so you heard it here first. Nuggets for the repeat. They're
I love that.
They're taking it back.
I'm a big fan of Jokic. I love centers that can pass the basketball. That's why I love Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Or as we call him here in us Knicks fans, we call him Black Jokic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He can't shoot like Jokic. But let me tell you, that boy can pass the rock. Let me tell you.
That's true.
So, and I would love to keep Ihart. I think Ihart's a priority. I think the whole Knicks front office knows he's a priority. And I hope that he understands, you were in Houston and Houston didn't want you. He was on the Clippers didn't want him.
Yeah.
The Knicks want him. Like, they love him. He has such great chemistry with players off the bench like Deuce, because he was the Knicks bench center. Like, he wasn't even starting for the Knicks, you know? So, like, he comes out here, people forget he was battling Achilles injuries all year. He had Achilles tendinopathy all year. He was on a minutes limit,
Crazy.
So, shout out, Harry just texted me saying my heart feels broken after that game. My heart's not broken. I was kind of...
No, yeah, I'm super excited. Like,
shit.
Yeah, I'm super excited for our future.
Yeah.
I just want this team to, fucking heal up. And let's get back on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
you need
think,
to come back. If you're Julie, I'm hoping Julius Randle's in that locker room, and he's telling them all like,
I've been here before.
You guys next year. Yeah, I've been here before. I was here. I've been here before twice. With the Knicks. You know?
True. Yeah.
And I love Brunson because last year Brunson has that bad pass that leads to the turnover in Miami that ends up costing the Knicks the series. This year, game 6 against Philadelphia, he makes the right pass to Hart. Knicks beat Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I feel like every year, you find a way, because Thibodeau said it in the postgame today. He's like, 29 teams are going to be upset this year. 29 teams are upset every year because only one team wins. Yeah. And like Chet Holmgren on the Thunder, I know he's 13 years old, but he came out yesterday in the postgame presser, and he was like, I don't expect to win 12 championships. So, every year that we play, there's a good chance we're going to have heartbreak. And it's like, that's true. Like, teams need to deal with that kind of heartbreak. And I think, that Knicks team that lost last year, like, we added some key pieces. Like, this was Josh Hart's first full year on the Knicks, and the fans love him. They're treating him like John Starks, and he is like our John Starks.
It's incredible the amount, like, all of a sudden in this postseason, the way that these players are matching up to legends in terms of meeting records, breaking records. Like Jalen Brunson doing 5 games in a playoff in a playoff season, going over 40, 5 games, with the likes of fucking Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, right? What? No, not Larry Bird.
Yep.
No, Jerry West.
Jerry West.
Sorry. I'm getting my white guys mixed up. But like, they're doing incredible fucking things, man, and I'm super proud of them. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, it's not a Cinderella story. It fucking is, bro. These were not all, like you have been saying throughout this whole video. These are bench players. Like, they have been bench players, and they fucking showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and I love to see it. And I can't wait to see more. So hopefully,
shout out to the Knicks. Yeah. They really this is again a great season to watch. Looking forward to next year. So many great memories. Tony's birthday, we go out to a great bar. We'll say New York City. We traveled cross country for this.
That's right. That's right. We wanted to be near the Mecca.
So much fun. I mean, the OG 3-pointer, the 2 Josh Hart 3-pointers, like.
Bro, Mitchell Robinson
I'll never forget.
Making both free throws.
Two free throws. Shout out Memo's life.
That's right. Yeah.
No, just special. I mean, memories like that they really will last forever. Like,
exactly.
It's so tough to expect your team to win a championship. It's just so hard to do that. You need so much so much luck to go your way. And I think for us as Knicks fans, we're just so used to not even making the playoffs. Like,
Right.
The fact that a Knicks game was the thing that preceded a Knicks game this year. I think it was Sunday Game 4, like the day the Knicks got blown out. The NBA draft lottery happened that same day.
Yeah.
And Tony and I used to get like excited for that. We went to a bar to watch the Knicks get the 3rd pick in the draft, not to watch RJ get drafted. You know, we went to what was it called? Black Bear Bar.
Yeah.
Black Kettle, whatever.
Black Kettle. Black Kettle. I remember that. Yeah.
We went out to a bar to watch, and we cheered when the Knicks didn't get 5.
Yeah, I fucking remember that,
Game 7, bro. Game 7 in round 2. How far we've come. Fuck Hoopa. You know? So, but yeah. Anyways, we appreciate you guys. I got nothing else, Tony. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say, but that's all I got. I'm really proud of this Knicks team. Excited for next year.
You know what I'm going to say?
What?
You know how I start off every season. I always say Knicks 6 seed. And what did they do this year? They proved me the fuck wrong. They proved me the fuck wrong. So you know what I'm going to say?
You know what's crazy? You know who the Knicks lost to this year? The fucking 6 seed.
The 6
They should have been the fucking 6. We wouldn't have played Indiana.
That's true. No, you know what I'm going to say, bro?
What?
They're not going to do 6 seed next year. First seed, baby. First fucking seed.
Okay.
First seed. You heard it here first. First seed. Fuck Boston. Fuck Jaylen Brown. He's not getting those 5 rings this year, okay? It's not happening. Yeah. That was him that said that, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, I get it. You want your player to be cocky and confident. Okay, thank God. The one good
That was a great portal.
Thank God. Redemption on that one.
There you go.
But yeah, like, be confident. Say 1 ring. Say I'm gonna get a ring. Don't say fucking 5. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Also, like, really quick, and I know we keep saying we're gonna end, then we don't.
Yeah.
But ever since Jason Tatum got into the NBA, like I think he's been in the NBA 8 years. Boston's gone to the Eastern Conference Finals 5 years.
Yeah, no,
they've not won a championship.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
8 times or 5 times.
That's crazy.
That's wild. It just shows like you can't be upset every single time your team doesn't win the NBA Finals because then Boston fans would be on suicide watch.
Bro,
you know?
I like if they had made it to the Eastern Conference, like if the Knicks, I think I texted my cousin this today. Like if they somehow pulled it off today and they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't even care if we lost the finals. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Because it would be the first time in 24 fucking years. But you know what? They were waiting for 25.
Exactly.
They were waiting for 25
honestly,
years.
Again, for me, they hit a point where it's like, you guys are so injured. I just want this to end so you can rest. Like,
yeah.
Rest. I don't want any of them to think about basketball for like months. You know.
Why did he
come back to the drawing table? I don't know why he did that, bro. Like, come back to the drawing table. You know, in July when it's free agency time, and talk to the front office about who you want the team to add. That's it.
Where the fuck is the rest of this team? All right, I'm sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, that's all I got, Tony. I'm done. I feel like we got it all out there for the fans.
Yeah.
Sorry if we rambled a little bit. You know, this is.
Yeah, I might not even edit this, honestly. I might not even edit it
just
for
leave
the
whole
sake.
thing.
Nah, I'm not even gonna put like a fucking intro or outro video, like. So, yeah, if you are a Pacers fan watching this, congratulations. You made it to the Eastern Conference.
Very well played series. Very well played series.
If you, hopefully you got, you know what? Again, I don't care either which way that it goes. So if you are watching this and your team is in the Eastern Conference Finals, hopefully for your sake they win. You know, I'm not gonna be like, you know what, fuck you. As like an individual, you know, as a team, fuck the Pacers. But like as an individual, I get it, right? Like if the cards fell the other way, we all love the fucking game, you know. I hope you guys had a great time watching it. I know I did. And we're coming back next year. Why the fuck would we Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. We got a bunch of Cleveland players on our.
Yeah. Fuck Cleveland the individual. Are you dead ass?
Boy, get off my fucking dick. Get off my dick. Oh my god, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, this Meowscarada blows. Anyway, I have more kills than the Meowscarada. Anyway.
Of course, bro.
Yeah. We are done. See you guys in the 2024-2025 season, where the Knicks will be first seed.
That's right.
Whether we end first seed, I don't know, but you know we might. I'm gonna just say we're touching one at least once.
That's right.
No giddy, bro. No giddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's also a Rose mantra. Touching one at least once.
That's right. But as always, how we like to end these videos. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you loved it, hit that subscribe button. And if you just can't get enough, come over to twitch.tv/barthendy where we should be live. But until then, peace.